everybody, it's Natural Chills. I know you can tell the background is kind of different. It's really chill right now. I really want to make sure I hurried up and did this video before I was asleep because, as y'all know, sometimes I get busy with school, and actually right now I'm really tired, but I really want to make this video because I've been getting a lot of questions. As you can see, I have my hair straight right now, and I'm actually very excited because it's definitely growing. My hair is definitely growing, and I can definitely see progress with my hair. Like, I feel like sometimes it's hard to see that my hair is growing when it's curly, so it takes me to straighten in order to see that it actually is growing. And just comparing it to old pictures, I can see that it's definitely growing. My ends are in need of a trim right now. They really are in need of a trim. I haven't had one in about, I'm not even sure. I want to say summertime, maybe before summertime. I don't know, but I probably told you in a previous video, I don't get my ends clipped the normal every 6 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever it is. I just get my ends trimmed when I notice that they actually really need to be trimmed, because sticking with the 6 week thing, that's not necessarily effective on having hair growth, because who's to say your hair has grown enough to need an end trim or anything within 6 months? It's just really up to how your hair grows and what you notice with your hair when it gets your ends trimmed. And basically that leads me into what I want to talk about in this video. I just want to talk about how to retain hair length and how to just help your hair grow, because I've been having a lot of questions, and I'm not exactly per se a hair expert, but I can tell you what I do and what I've noticed and what I've seen other people do, and just my little expertise on hair growth. And so, like I said, the first point was with getting your ends trimmed. You do not have to get your hair trimmed just because it's been 6 weeks. Don't do that, because you might be clipping away ends that are not in need to be clipped. And if that's the fact, then that means you're just chopping away length for no reason. And that could be taken away from your hair growth. But you do want to make sure that you are getting your ends clipped. Because if you don't get your ends clipped, those split ends, when your ends split, it keeps traveling up the hair shaft more and more and more. So it's important that you get your ends clipped before it's too late, because if you wait too long, then you'll have to get too much length cut off. So do make sure that you are getting your ends clipped. Yeah, make sure you are. My second tip can I talk? My second tip for hair retaining hair length is to make sure you keep your ends moisturized all the time. You do not want to have dry ends. When you have dry hair, it breaks off. Dry hair breaks off. Dry hair breaks off. I just want to make sure you guys got that. It's important to use some type of moisture to seal in your ends. Your ends are the oldest part of your hair. You know that because your hair grows from up here. This is the new hair. This is the old hair, which means it's weakest. It's the weakest. It's been exposed to different things. It's been exposed to heat. It's been exposed to manipulation, curling iron. Whatever you do to your hair, you're constantly moving these ends, twisting, turning, all of this. And you know what that does? Dries it out and breaks it off. So it's important that you keep it moisturized, especially when you wear it curly. Make sure I'm telling you the right information. Especially when you wear it curly, because you know when your hair is out like that, it's big, it's exposed to air. Like, those ends are just out there, and so you need to make sure you're keeping them moisturized. For me, for moisturizers, I use water. Of course, water is the best moisturizer. It's just the best. I seal them most of the times with coconut oil. I use coconut oil for everything, even on straight hair. After I blow dry, most times I use a little coconut oil. Never too much, because too much oil, as you know, can weigh your hair down. So I definitely use oil to seal my ends. My third tip would be protective hairstyles. Protective hairstyles. Protective. Protective means it protects. So just because, okay, I really want to express this. Just because you have certain styles that you think are protective, that doesn't mean that it's necessarily protecting. Like when you have a protective style, you're tucking away your ends most times. Majority of the time, you could also be tucking away all of your hair, but you're tucking in the hair so that it's not exposed. You're basically just giving it a break. Like, it's important that when you are doing these protective styles, such as, y'all like my nail? It's a little smiley face. I don't know why I just said that. But anyway, it's important when you're doing these protective styles to make sure you're actually not damaging your hair. Because by doing some of these styles, it's possible to cause damage to your hair. For example, a lot of people get the box braids, the Marley twist, all these twists, everything that you can get, sew-ins, all of that. But you have to be protecting your hair with that as well. So before you put your hair into these styles, make sure that they are well moisturized before you do the style. Also, braids, make sure that you're not pulling this. Don't pull your edges, because if those braids are tight enough, they'll pull your edges so much that they'll come out, and that's how people lose their edges, and we don't want to do that. And that can also happen with sew-in braids. If you get a full sew-in, which that's when you don't have much leave out or no leave out at all, you're also braiding this up. You don't want to pull and tug at your edges too much. That is a very sensitive spot. That's the easiest place for your hair to break off or come off by being pulled, and that can happen by being pulled back tight into ponytails and all that type of stuff. So I know us natural girls, we like to wear puffs a lot. Like me, that's literally, I want to say, like my second favorite hairstyle. If I'm not wearing a wash and go, I pull it back in a puff. But I had to learn that I can't, even though I like it slick, it's best to just let your can I talk? It's best to let your edges just do their own thing. I'm not saying don't brush them back or put a little gel or whatever you do, edge control. I'm just saying the less manipulation you do to your hair, the better off it is, and especially your edges, because they can't take much. Well, most times they can't take much. If some people's hair is really strong, but most times for us African Americans, our edges are very sensitive. What else have I been doing to my hair? The number one thing, all the heat is a no-no. It's just a no-no. It just breaks your hair off, period. So me flat ironing my hair, I try not to do it so often. Actually, this time, I'm not going to say it happened by accident, but I didn't intend on flat ironing my hair for about a few more months. I've been waiting for graduation, but you know how you have that outfit and it's like, oh, I want my hair straight for that outfit. So that's kind of how my hair became straight this time. When I flat iron my hair, I will make a video flat ironing my hair. Like I said, I did plan on doing that for the next time I flat ironed it, but this kind of just happened spur of the moment. But my flat iron, when I flat iron my hair, it's not always turned up as high as it can go. Because what I've learned is I have natural hair, which means it has a natural curl pattern, which means it doesn't have a relaxer, which a relaxer relaxes the curl. It makes it straight automatically. The hair is just straight. So by me trying to flat iron it, I'm trying to take away that curl. So a flat iron is not just going to make it silky straight. At least not when I do it. It's not a silk press. It's not anything spectacular. I just run the flat iron down. And I find myself trying to do it multiple times. Like you do it so many times because you want your hair to be so straight. And you put it down and it's like, it's straight. But as you go, it's starting to puff up again. So what I've noticed is I'll run the flat iron 3 times at the most, making sure I get the roots all the way to the ends. And then it's not going to be just bone straight after that. So I have to wrap my hair. And after I wrap it, it's usually flatter. So that helps me not that helps me not have to put so much heat on my hair, because I know it's not going to get bone straight for me from my flat iron. It needs to be wrapped. So with me knowing that, I'm not worried about making it bone straight with the flat iron. But when my heat is turned up, is when I blow dry. I mean, that's kind of inevitable for me. In order to get your hair, like, right with the blow dryer, like it look like it's been blow dry and not like you just let it air dry, you have to turn the heat up. It's kind of inevitable. But I would definitely suggest some type of heat protectant. I would show you the one I have, but I don't have any more, so I have to get some more. But it's the Tresemme heat protectant, and it's like in the black container with the red top. I might try to insert a photo of it, just find something on Google and show you guys what I use for that. Look at me. I'm just playing with it. I'm excited. Like what? I'm trying to show you a little bit. The girl got a little lint. Got a little inches. That's beside the point. No, wait, that is the point, because that's what the video is about. Whatever. What else would I suggest to retain her length? I said moisturize, get the ends clipped, protective styles. Did I give an example? Well, some protective styles, as I mentioned, the sew-ins, which most girls get, especially during transitions. You get sew-ins and braids. A protective style could be as much as wearing your hair in two twists, wearing your hair in a goddess braid, wearing your hair in a bun, or just putting it in a ponytail and putting canker-line bun on top of it. Just anything that's giving your hair a break from being exposed. Your hair is exposed to so much stuff during the daytime that you never knew was having an effect on your hair. That's why everybody's hair is so different. You can't just look at somebody and say, oh, her hair long, I want my hair to grow long. Trust me, I've done that. I've looked at so many people and be like, oh, it's my hair. Ooh, I want my hair to do that. Ooh, her. But your hair is your hair. Your hair might grow fast. Your hair might go slow. It's just your hair. You just never know really how or what to expect with your hair, because everybody's hair is different. It does have a part in, maybe I need to start over and try again, yeah. It is affected by genetics, biologically. That does play a part. So that plays a part. Sometimes your hair might be growing, you just might not be noticing, and you might have to flat iron it. Like me, like I wear it curly and I'll be like, why is my hair not growing? But once I flat iron, it's like, ooh, your girl got inches. It's growing. So it just all depends. Shirt all sloppy. Told y'all it's just last minute, y'all. I'm sorry. I just wanted to get it in. But yeah. What was I talking about, y'all? This video is all over the place. Excuse this video, y'all. I'm sorry. I can't always be up to par, y'all. I'm a little sleepy right now. Let me get back to task. What else would I suggest for hair growth? Some people take hair growth pills or all of those different options. I personally have never taken any hair pills simply because, I don't know, I think I'm too scared of the side effects that it may have. So I prefer just to let my hair do its own thing. But I don't discriminate anybody. I have thought about it, but I just haven't been consistent on researching them and seeing the possible side effects and all that type of thing. So I've never tried them personally. But if you feel like you want to try them, let me know how that works. I wouldn't mind having more information about those things. I've never really had a problem with hair growth, so I don't know any special methods. Not that I think there's any special formula that'll just make your hair just grow instantly. It's all about caring for your hair, being patient with your hair, and just being gentle and, you know, TLC, tender love and care, and all of that is just what I've always practiced since this natural journey began. So I don't really have any certain methods that I use. All those like hair growth oils and this will make your hair grow, this will make your hair grow. I've never tried anything in particular for that reason. So I can't give you any help on that. I'm very sorry. I wish I could. If you know anything, feel free to let me know. And yeah, just continue to do what you're doing. If you have any questions that you think I can answer, I'll love to leave comments, questions, anything. You can follow me on Instagram. I post to Instagram frequently. My IG name is just_Chels. Facebook, you can find me on Facebook at Chelsea Little. Anything else, just let me know. If I can help you, I would love to help you. And tender love and care. Keep caring for your hair, and you'll be surprised at how fast it grows and how much it'll love you for it. Bye, ladies.